A 30-year-old Mazda RX-7. Do you remember the old bubble?
Not only do I remember, my first husband had one.
It's worth $100,000 now.
Oh, if only I'd kept the car instead of him.
The Catch-Up, Bay 93.9.
Bay 93.9. It's Meredith Brooks. It's 16 to 4. The Catch-Up with Daryl and Rox. All thanks to Wombat Gully Plant Farm, 201 Townsend Road in Moolap. Now, Rox, a story came across my desk today. They're calling it the COVID classic car boom.
The COVID classic car boom. Loving that alliteration.
Okay. Your first car, which is what we're going to talk about today, could be worth an absolute fortune, depending on what it was.
Wow.
Look, as some examples, the pandemic has done strange things to house prices, particularly around here.
We know that.
And the real classic old cars are rising faster than gold, and they're smashing record prices.
Okay.
Now, indeed, stunning gains have seen classic cars become a brand new asset for savvy investors, and there is now moves to open up access to a share-based option on the stock exchange. This is how exciting it's going to get. Are we
talking like, I don't know, Rolls Royces and stuff?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Have a listen to this. Japanese cars are currently the hottest segment of the market, but your very first car might also be worth a fortune. What about a Kingswood for $50,000?
Oh.
A Commodore, $100,000.
What?
A Cortina, $70,000.
No way.
Or maybe even the humble Ford Escort, now more than $30,000. Now, vintage four-wheel drives are popular. If you know about them, a 71 Toyota Land Cruiser, one of the early ones, FJ40, currently worth $120,000.
That's crazy talk.
It's a 50-year-old car when you think about it, okay, and a couple of years back, it would have cost you about $27,000.
That is absolutely crazy.
Now, one of the ones that is just horrendous, an example is the 1999 Nissan Skyline. Now,
that was a popular car. I knew lots of people with Skylines.
Yep, more than tripled in value during the past 2 years. Now, it could be worth around $250,000.
No way.
And indeed, a 30-year-old Mazda RX-7. Do you remember the old bubble?
Not only do I remember, my first husband had one. That's one of the reasons why I went out with him. It's a very cool car, very cool car.
They're worth $100,000 now.
Oh, if only I'd kept the car instead of him.
Well,
anyway,
there's that. The question is, I had old Falcons, which now would be worth a fortune. So we're asking the question, like my first car was a 1969 Ford Falcon.
I wonder how much that'd be worth.
Bench seat, 3 on the tree.
Of course.
Young kids won't know about a 3 on the tree. 3-speed manual transmission. Beautiful. Only needed 3 gears. First one was for taking off. Second one was for going around corners. And the third one was for everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple.
Well, my first car was a Morris Major Elite 2-tone grey with a red interior. And honestly, it was like a little noddy car. That's, if you imagine a noddy car, that's what it looked like.
I even know what that car smells like. I know it. Probably would have had horsehair stuffed in the seats.
Oh, no, 100% it did. It had 2 little doors that you could open, trap doors. One said A, one said H. If you opened one, it was air, and that came from a pipe that came through from fresh air. The other one said H, and it came through a pipe that was the heat off the engine.
So one came from outside the engine, one came from inside the engine. That was it.
And that was it.
Fairly simple sort of stuff. So it is the catch-up here at Bay 93.9.
The Catch-Up, Bay 93.9.